Hi, everybody. It's your DM, Elliot. I just wanted to tell you about a couple of cute, cool things that we have going on our website, wydpod.com. There's going to be a new tab called Stories and Songs, where I don't know if we've actually explicitly said this, but all the music that you hear is originally composed by Sadie Blake. I don't feel like we give her enough plaudits for that. So if you like what you hear on the podcast, you can go listen to the tracks on our website. Also, there's going to be stories that are sort of prequel stories to the arcs that we do. So, at the time of this recording, the 3 stories that we have are from Zhao, Castile, and Alwyn/Gaya. So, we hope you enjoy, and just thought we'd tell you. Anyway, hope you enjoy the show.
Check it out.
Yes.
Oh, you guys looking for a moo cleric?
What about, when you rub your feet on the carpet and then you touch somebody? Is that Thor too?
A little bit.
I'm full of fish cakes and I'm ready to kick some ass.
Come with us.
Get out.
Getting out.
Go.
Getting out now.
Okay, you
Going to the cribs. I don't know.
Is there any creme brulee left?
There's one here.
You guys have gotten back from Treble Base. You guys have your thread. You see Zhao there, and the second half of the mountain boys, the taller of the 2 dwarves, is still enjoying his time culinarily cooking it up with Taryn.
I think tearing it up is the phrase you're looking for.
Well, you should take over DMing now. You've just bested me. It was a one-on-one battle this entire time, and you won. Okay.
Tearing it up with Burke and Taryn.
Oh man, that's pretty good. I really regret that I didn't come up with that. Just one of my many regrets. Anyway. Okay, so I'm gonna guess that you guys have all gone to Sajess and Tim Gann. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And so, as you guys have put in your orders, told them what you want, what do you want your items to look like? First off, Jorrix.
Hey, Tim, how's it going?
Hi, how are you?
Not too shabby. Got this awesome treble thread.
Oh, wow, look at that. It's both white and black, and are those words?
It says juicy.
No.
Perfect.
No, guidance.
Oh, I always get those confused.
Oh, man.
How? Besides the point.
They both start with J.
I mean, you should...
Jorrix is face palming.
He goes, no, he goes, he is juicy, and that is spelled with a J, so we'll go with that. Boy, I feel lecherous saying that to a 24-year-old. What can I do you for?
I would love to have this turned into a robe.
Okay.
But it's not my style to be flashy, and this pattern is a little bit much for me. Mm-hmm. So if there's any way you could put it as like the liner...
Oh, of course, yeah.
That would be awesome.
Okay, what do you want for the outside color?
Something a little darker, like a brown or a black.
Brown or black?
I'll leave that to you.
I am the fashion maven.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to step on your toes.
Those are very good toes to avoid stepping on, my friend. I will have that ready for you in about when downtime's over.
Just one downtime away.
Just one downtime, which is about 14 days. I'll have that in 14 days for you.
Awesome, thanks.
And Burke already sent his order to me. We'll tell you what that is, even though he's not. You guys are his crew. He motions to a dummy, and he goes, "You see those pants? On those pants are trout fishing for trout, and then I think on the inside, trout are cooking trout."
How deep does it go?
Are they reversible? Because that is rad as fuck.
You know what? They should be.
Can mine be reversible too?
Sure, tell me what you want.
Well, I'll let Jorrix.
If they're reversible, does that count as 2 pairs of pants?
No.
Why not?
It's like 1.5.
Well, because then you get dirty on the... You need to clean them. Okay?
Okay.
So brown, black cloak with the lining. And do you want the lining to show immediately, or do you want it to be hidden unless you activate it?
Definitely more on the hidden side.
Okay. All right, I can do that. And he starts
Make it super flashy.
I'm going to really accent his codpiece, is what I'm thinking.
No! If anything, if you could obscure down there, that would be great.
Such a shame, he says. Okay, who wants to go next?
Me, pick me, Tim.
I'm going to pick Gustus Goldhammer.
Oh, you picked me.
Good choice. Good choice. I felt like he was going to pick you. I had a feeling.
Well, it's good to trust those.
What would you like, Mr. Goldhammer?
Well, I've got this really nice armor that I'm always going to wear over my clothes.
Right.
So I want something I can wear over my armor. And what better than a nice cape?
Oh, yeah, that's very regal. So you would like...
What's regal?
Kingly.
Oh! Yes, it is, Tim.
Okay, I can make you that cape. What color would you like? Would you like it white with a little bit of yellow, or electric yellow, or would you like it?
Yeah, like lightning bolts in it. I drew this sketch.
You show him the sketch, and it's a cape with a big lightning bolt.
Yeah.
And he goes, I really admire you designing this far. I'm going to take you the rest of the way.
I
Good,
imagine.
because I am not a clothes maker. If I were king, you would be the honorary clothes maker of mine if you wanted to be. You're doing well, though. I don't think you need a regal employment.
When I get older and maybe I can be a clothier in residence when you become king. I'll be retired and I can just teach the new clothiers the art.
Okay.
So we'll make that for you. I have a really cool design that I think you'll enjoy. And he gives you a thumbs up or whatever the OK symbol is.
I imagine that cape was like drawn on a stick figure of Gus with a crown on his head.
With big muscles.
Yes.
Yeah. Big, beefy biceps. And he goes, okay, and that brings us to Okaat.
Yeah. You know Zhao?
You're talking about the woman with the cloak, the shawl?
The amazing shawl? Yeah.
Yeah, uh-huh.
You think you could make me a shawl like that?
I have been dreaming of trying to make one.
Fuck yes.
So you want that? What color? Do you want her same colors, or because those are going to be pretty hard to find? But
Yeah, no, I have this, and I show him the thread I got from Trouble Base.
The one that glows, the silver and then red.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, okay, yeah, that's perfect. Okay, so you want a silver and red, or you want a silver shawl that sometimes activates red.
Yeah, and if it could be like dark silver, like gunmetal silver, to kind of go with my black.
No, that makes total sense. Yeah. No, I couldn't imagine giving you like a actual silver. Okay, yeah. And he goes, okay, it's so funny. Brunor? He's the little,
Oh yeah, Brunor.
Yeah, he was actually looking for you. Shalabin is kind of, she's taking questions from the public right now. So he actually had a request for the three of you.
Oh.
Let me see if I can contact. And then, as he's like looking around from behind Jorrix, he feels a tap on his hip.
Turn around.
Okay, do you turn around and look down, or do you just turn around like at your shoulder level?
I mean, turn around at shoulder level, but if I don't see anything, I'll drop the head.
Yeah, you don't see anything, and as you drop your head down, you see a very wizened and battle-hardened dwarf. And he goes, Shalabin told me, there's assignments. I'm not the talker of the group. Bartle. Yeah? Cool. And then he just pimps on out.
What?
Nah.
I think he told us to go to Bartle?
Yeah.
I don't know how much clearer I can make it.
Is he yelling that from the door as he's leaving?
He's just mumbling it to himself.
Yeah.
I'll take that as a yes.
Yeah. All right, Bartle then.
Who do we see there?
Cloaky guy.
Cool. There's only one of those in Bartle, the Cloaky guys. Cloaky guy.
Castile, obviously.
Oh, obviously. Yeah, of course. Of
Everyone
course.
in Bartle knows Cloaky Guy is Castile.
Right. How could I possibly forget?
Who do you think they're talking about? Thalmor? No.
That would be absurd.
Rondel? Yeah, right.
Nothing but good old Castile.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's go talk to Castile then.
I want to actually say that Brunor laughs when Gus goes on that whole fucking rant. A big hearty dwarven laugh. So you guys are going to use the ball of transport?
Sure.
Okay. Shoop. All right. So
Bamf.
do you suggest where they should land, Gustus or Jorrix or anybody?
We could just. I mean, I know where Castile lives. We could just
Oh,
go
that's
there.
right. Yeah.
I've met him before.
It was under much different circumstances.
Not trying to kill him this time. It's kind of nice.
What a change of pace.
I know, right?
So you guys arrive in the Temple of the Risen Sun, and you see on his rather bemused face Castile, as he just has his hand on the altar, and he's just watching as the ball of fast travel opens up, and he sees the three of you. He's like, "You, Okaat, pleasure."
You, Castile.
Yes, me.
Yes, also me.
Yes. And he goes, "It's a pleasure. It's been too long.
It really has. How you been?
One day at a time, And,
I do know.
yeah, we had a meeting of the minds, you and I. You and I had meetings of the mind."
Yes. Minds.
And he goes, "Actually, there's a special thing for you off the bat. If you go back into my rectory, there's something that I think you might want to look at. And while I talk to these two..."
What's her name?
Always a kid, are you? He says,
No, but seriously, what's her name?
"Boy, I'm just not..." It's...
I'm kidding.
Yeah, you are. We have fun. And he goes, "Sheriff Goldhammer?"
Get a load of this. They didn't know. Everyone in Bartle knows you as a Cloaky Guy.
What? They didn't know that I was Cloaky Guy?
No.
I mean, like, who else is going to be Cloaky Guy?
Thalmor.
Yeah, or Rondon.
No way.
I know. Like, look I have a cloak, guys. I'm the only one in town that has
You
the
actually go by Cloaky Guy?
cloak. Only to people that I like, and I like him a lot, and I'm sure that, and I like Okaat a lot, and you and I have some business to talk about, Jorrix.
Gustus, you're gonna have a cloak.
It's different. It's a regal cloak.
Oh, so Cloaky Guy and Regal Cloaky Guy.
Well, Cloaky
No,
Guy.
they'll call me
Cloaky
Sheriff, probably. Sheriff Goldhammer.
Sheriff Cloaky Guy.
No, then they'll think Castile's the sheriff.
And we all know that won't work.
No.
There's only one.
I don't think you get the people of Bartle like I do.
I feel like you really need to live here to get them.
I don't live here.
Well, you did for... That's okay.
And moving on.
And so he goes, "Okay, yeah, actually, Castile asked for you specifically, Gustus, and I have actually requested Jorrix. Perfect. Look at how this is all working out. We're all here together.
And now we're going our separate ways. Okay, bye.
Gus, I have to brief you on something. So I suppose that we should get that out of the way first.
Okay.
Okay.
Just make it brief.
Oh, God. Castile looks at you, Gus, and he goes, "Okay, you are needed in the Red Capital of Constance. You are going to need to make contact. You're going to need to make contact with Shalabin there. And you will need to present this," and he pulls out a scroll, and it goes, This is signed by the queen, the one and only queen. You'll need to present this to the guards. What happens there, I would really, really, really suggest that you keep it quiet. We need representatives from all the nations in Gaya, and they're having a couple of issues with Bazarak, and I haven't had time to look into it. So they've sent you because you've made a name for yourself out here in the Kingdom of Men as the Sheriff of Bartle, and you got a recommendation from old Castile of Bartle.
See, I still live in the Dwarven Nation.
You just have like a small residency here.
Yeah.
He's like a sheriff in residence. Yeah, that's exactly what he is.
Dual citizenship.
I live
There you go.
where my work takes me.
And he turns to you, Jorrix, and he goes, I have a quick question for you, Jorrix.
Sure.
When's the last time you've ministered to people?
Oh, God.
How about we go do that right now?
Okay.
Okay. Would you mind taking the lead? I'm a little bit older.
Wait, Castile.
Yes.
I don't have a ball of travel. How am I supposed to get to the Red Capital?
Oh, they actually have a steed set up for you. Well,
How far is it?
it's about 4 hours walking, so about...
Oh, it's that close. I'll just ride my good old Thraw.
Is that the wolf?
Yeah.
Is that the one that you guys are smelling?
Yeah.
That's a good choice. That's better than the
I
steed.
mean, Burke was mostly smelling. I smelled a little because I was curious with how much he would smell in it, but only a little bit.
That's the smart. That shows a prudent man.
But I'm not as good at smelling, so I also just figured, let the smeller smell, let the sheriff.
You know? And then he starts to like write that down. He's like,
Let the smeller smell, let the sheriff share.
yeah. No, that feels right. Okay. So yeah, they'll be wanting you as quick as possible, I imagine.
Okay, he runs out.
Okay, and so Jorrix and Tim are going to minister, and Okaat, as you wind your way back to the rectory, when you open the door to the rectory, you see a large mirror, and right next to the large mirror, you see a cloaked figure. Another cloaked figure, but not a cloaky guy.
Not cloaky guy.
No. As you look at it, you can't see the face, but it is looking at you, and it pulls down its hood, and
They pull down their hood? This is a person, right?
we'll see.
Okay, let's carry on.
And you see the face of Gaya. So she pulled down her hood. And she goes, just the woman I was looking for.
Gaya, what a pleasant surprise.
Yes, it is a pleasant surprise
For
for you.
Yeah.
Oh, jinx.
Nah.
Okay, let's get out of here.
Yeah, sounds good. What are we doing?
We have got to investigate a tomb.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
So
cool.
we're going to go to the Children of the Fae.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see.
Alanoir's tomb.
Yep.
Did she got there? Mm-hmm. Fuck.
She goes, how would you feel about changing your appearance?
Sure.
And I'm going to change mine.
Cool.
Okay?
Should we just trade? I think there's a potion around here somewhere. I could turn into Sylvester. I think I still have that.
I think you do.
Would a creepy old spider-loving man do the trick, or?
We want to keep to elves? Was he
Oh,
an
right.
elf?
No.
Okay. He was a human?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. We want to keep to elves.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. And so she glams herself, and she looks like an older redheaded elf. Do you have a preference for what you look like?
Nah.
All right. Yeah. You don't want to look like a piece with Evangeline.
Yeah, not blonde.
So
Just
yeah,
not blonde. Like
black.
Dark hair.
Yeah, brunette.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. So you guys glamour, and she goes, "Well, your travel's out, right?"
Yeah, I just used it to get here like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, don't worry, I got you. And then she
Cool.
waves her hand, and you see that mirror starts to become something. She goes, "Ready?"
Oh, shit. Yeah, okay, cool.
I'm pretty good at magic, she says.
Damn.
And she strolls through, and you follow?
Yeah.
Okay. And so, Jorrix, you are with Castile, and he goes, "Okay." So, and he looks at the sun. He goes, "About 1 o'clock. I have a wristwatch, but I never look at it. I always try to read it by the sun. Do you know what I mean?"
I look at his wrist. Close enough. It's like 1:15, but
6 of one, half dozen.
yeah, super close.
Yeah. He goes, okay, so we actually have to go see the kids in the orphanage because they deserve to have a little bit of fun and levity. So, are you willing to join me?
Sure.
And as you guys are strolling through the central area of Bartle, you see a cobbler store. Or business or whatever.
A cobblery.
A cobblery. You see a cobblery, and you see a old person there, an old man, who's barefooted, and you can see that he has like filthy soles and just all scabbed up. And Castile goes like, "Well, we're gonna have to make a quick stop, Jorrix." And he goes to the old man, and the old man looks at the two of you, and he goes, "What? Why don't you have eyes?" He says to you, Jorrix.
They're special glasses. They're there.
Your eyes hurt?
Yeah.
He goes, "Do you see my eye?" And he points to his right eye, and you see that it is just scarred over.
Oh no.
Yeah, that happened in the Bladesinger War.
Oof.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Just throw away us old soldiers, you know?
No, that's terrible.
It's what life is. And Castile bends down, and he goes like, "Not today, bud." And he goes, this is gonna feel weird, and that's okay, but afterwards you should be feeling better, okay? And the old man looks at him, and he goes, I don't want any troubles, mister. He's like, look at me, I'm a guy in a cloak. And he's a guy in a cloak. Look at that face.
Yeah.
And he points to Jorrix.
Wait, you don't know that? You don't know Cloaky Guy?
The one and only. Castile Cloaky Guy. And he goes, we're both clerics of the sun. And he, Castile, sends you a quick glance. And only the sun. And he winks. Mm-hmm. And, the old man goes, "Look, I know the Archdiocese. They are not good people. I just don't want to." He's like, "We're not associated. Fair?" And the old man goes, "Okay." And so Castile, you can tell that he gives him a healing spell, a lesser restoration. And he goes, You don't have any shoes on, friend?" And the old man goes, "No, lost him." He goes, "Well, I found him." And Castile kicks off his two shoes. And he goes, "Here you go. I'll put in an order, and you just come back. You just make sure to go back there in about a day, and they should have a brand new pair of shoes for you. And you're also welcome to mine, too. You don't need to bring those back." And Castile walks in there, and he orders a pair of shoes.
Whoa, Castile, that was super generous of you.
Well, that's why we're doing this, right? Like, we only have a certain amount of time on this planet. We might as well try to make it the best as we can for people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, or else, why else would we live a life of devotion if we weren't trying to make the world better?
You know, that's a breath of fresh air from what I've been seeing.
Oh, I mean, like I am Castile of the good scent. That's what they called me in high school.
Did they now?
Could have been a lot worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, we're not going to talk about my high school years. He says. He goes, but and he continues to walk with you to the orphanage. And he goes, "Now, Gus and Burke have, told tales about you. You made a choice and so on and so forth. I understand that some people's destinies are more outsized than others. Yes? You, it seems, have been picked to make a choice. And you have made a choice. And if not for a funny little gnome, things could have been fairly dire, right?"
Yeah.
Okay, I just need you to know this, because even if your destiny is far greater than what most of us will ever do, you never, ever, ever, ever lose sight of the fact that we are servants to people here. Okay?
Okay.
We try to do the most good as we can until we can't any longer.
That is one hell of an... Castile, do you mind me asking, how do you keep that up? I've always tried to, but it just seems like I'm battering against people who don't care all the time.
Well, the way that I like to think of it is you care enough for them. People need a leg up, and I'm willing to be that leg up for however long I can be. If that's the only role I serve, then I will serve it gladly. And I need to apologize to you because I feel like you and your peers are having to deal with things that we made, the mistakes that we made back with my generation or the multiple generations I've had. And so I'm hoping that you guys do better than we did. All right?
Yeah, I'll follow up on that later because I haven't heard any of these stories, but...
Huh. And he goes, well, by the way, are you good at making funny faces?
I can try.
Perfect. And he opens the door to the orphanage, and you see a bunch of young tieflings, and they see the two of you, and they're like, Priest Pufferfish. And he goes, absolutely. And he blows his cheeks up, and he bends down to like a small tiefling boy, and the boy claps his cheeks together. Yep. And they start to laugh. And he goes, yeah, and I have my friend here, Jorrix, who's priest. What do you do?
Priest Seagull! And with that, Jorrix puts both of his hands out and just starts zooming around the room.
And the kids start to follow around. And then we'll cut to Gus. What are you doing, my friend? You're on the road?
I guess.
You're on that
I
long...
haven't arrived yet.
You're on the long, lonesome trail, and as you are making your way to Constance on your Thra, you actually see a large gathering of people. And it seems like they are talking very excitedly, almost like there might be almost like a revolutionary spirit amongst them. And you can see that there is a large settlement of folks and a cart full of food. And you see a figure in blue and gold, which you would know as the Archdiocese of Pellor. And you hear this person in the blue and gold cloak say, free food for people who need it, and it looks like you folks need it. Compliments of the Archdiocese. And he looks back and he sees you riding a wolf. He's like, well, hello, Monsieur Dwarf and Wolf. Would you like some free food?
No, you said for those who need it, and I'm not the needy, so I would not want to take from them.
That's a wonderful, wonderful idea.
I'm glad the Archdiocese is starting to do good things and not being evil jerks anymore.
And he goes, yeah, absolutely. And he just kind of smiles tightly. And he goes, what town are you coming from, friend?
Bartle.
Yeah? Do they have any need for free food?
I don't think so. I mean, I helped run the place and it's ran pretty well.
He goes, okay. Is there like a shelter or a orphanage?
Oh, that's like the most well-taken part of the town.
Well, perhaps we can...
Not a kid without a toy there.
All stone. He goes, well, because we would be willing to give free food to the orphanage and to the town, just free for nothing, just because we have a field of plenty.
Sure, I mean, put it lower on the list because I want the needy people to get their needs met, and like I said, Bartle isn't very needy.
Okay, that's fair. What's your name?
Gustus Goldhammer, Sheriff of Bartle.
Pleasure. My name's Tarsus.
Hi, Tarsus.
Hi, Gustus Goldhammer.
So
Sheriff
how
of
long has the Archdiocese been good and not jerks? I mean, it can't have been too long, because just the other day they were summoning devils or something. Oh, wait, never mind. Was it since, like, your leader was taken to hell?
And you see some of the folks in the settlement, in the small settlement city, like kind of like look at you as you talk loudly. He goes, and he looks back to the people. He goes like, I don't know what you're talking about. Perhaps you've read a little bit too much fiction.
Oh no, the devil. He's got red hair. He's tall. Your boss guy was gonna attack him, but that's stupid, no matter who you are. Maybe Thor could attack the devil, but not many others.
And he starts to laugh, and he goes, "I don't want to keep you. You should continue on your way, my friend."
All right, glad the archdiocese has turned over a new leaf. It's a mephomorph.
And then he drops the mic. And then you hear people like, "What? They were fighting devils?" Yeah. And so this great moment of like zeal for the food is like kind of like a little bit how do you call it? Tempered a little bit.
You see one guy in the back just kind of like spit it out of his hand.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, and so Okaat, as you guys step through, you see. I mean, have you been to the Children of the Phase Forest before?
I doubt it.
Okay,
I wouldn't have any reason to, would I?
No, I don't think your mother lived there. No, or your
Evangeline.
yeah.
Yeah.
So what you see when you step here is like a forest of ever-gloaming, and it is so pristine and beautiful, and it has like a scent of like cedar and petrichor, and you can see like a running waterfall through a thicket of a cliff face and deep forest, and when you two step out, Guy goes, "Wow, it is really nice to be back home." Well,
It's so pristine and beautiful here.
yeah, that's what happens when you have a bunch of folks who, well, if you don't have a Green Knight amongst your number. And she goes,
Huh?
"Oh, you don't. So you've heard of the Dolphin Springs, right?"
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the Green Knight is. Did you see the giant mechanical camel there? I mean, you guys are by Mulhund. You guys are
Yeah.
okay. About 3.5 hours south. There's a giant camel siphoning the Dolphin Springs.
That can't be good.
No, it's the opposite of good.
Yeah, okay.
But
Just making sure. But,
Yeah.
yeah.
We have so many different things going on.
Yeah.
Also, because it's the Green Knight herself, we have to kind of make a workaround with that.
Oh, why? So the Green Knight built the camel and is filling it full of crazy water.
Yes, because she is trying to make preparations in case there is another war.
How's that gonna help?
Well, it
She's
does.
just gonna like hose down everybody and make them all crazy?
Well, it does also give it does heal you fully from even the most grievous of wounds.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Easy.
So that is something that I got to deal with that, and then I got to work on that, and because it can't be Shalabin, because if her hand's on it, then that could start a civil war. So it's got to be someone like an outsider, like me.
Yeah. Politics.
Or Farstand, maybe, if we can motivate that guy to do anything.
I mean, just tell him not to. Seems like that would work. Just be like, don't go near the big mechanical camel. That would be bad, Farstand. He just seems like the type. You know what I mean?
She starts laughing. She goes like, "Yeah, that's exactly like him." You ready to go into the city?
Yeah, let's do this.
Okay. And she goes,
Am I walking elfly?
and she looks at you. She goes like, "Walk."
Elfily? Elfily?
Elfily, I think.
Elfily.
Yeah. And she goes, "Just take a quick walk." And you do. And she goes, "Yeah, you look perfectly fine."
Cool. All right.
And she kind of has her head back, and she walks through. And as you guys enter the city,
I gotta be haughty. Elves are haughty.
and a bunch of hotties who are haughty. That's what Alanoir always used to say. And she goes, "Okay, so just be a little bit removed."
I think I can handle that.
Yeah, I don't even know.
I'll let you do the talking.
I don't even know why I gave you that character note. Yeah, that just comes naturally.
Hey, Okaat, be yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so as you guys enter, you can see like a bunch of artisans, and you can see them working on bows and like beautiful, like just beautiful statues made of wood that is like suffused with flowers in the middle of it.
Okaat's like staring at all of this, taking it all in, but with a look of like, I've seen better on her face. It's like, like a little carving.
It's not made of stone though. And
Is that whittling? Is that what you call it? You whittling that statue?
well,
It's cute.
you
It's
as
cute.
you as a fellow elf would know that it is whittling, since we were taught that in nursery school.
I'm not actually saying this to anyone.
That would just be weird if you were like, it's like, yeah, okay, fellow elf.
Yeah. Hello, fellow elf. I see you are doing elf things. I, as an elf, appreciate the elfly things you are doing.
And
Watch me walk away.
and
Elfily.
you see a gray-haired elven man come up to you, and he says, new to Earthgale? And Gaya goes, yeah, it's been a while. We came to pay respects to our grandfather. And he goes, well, there's a little bit of doing there, considering all the transgressions. I would caution you. There's been word of, and he kind of like leans in close to you. Blade singers,
Come again?
Evangeline and Raz, and maybe Gaya and Anelian may have been here.
Gaya. Oh no, that would be the worst.
I mean, she was the most fearsome of them. She was the one that inspired the most fear, even in Alanoir himself, and especially Evangeline, Gaya says.
Yeah, I hear she's a real piece of work.
Of beautiful mayhem, she says. And he just like looks,
Gorgeous and terrible, I've heard.
and he just looks at the two of you like, yep,
That's what all the legends say.
yep.
Moving on.
And he goes, so just keep your wits about you. If you see a blade singer, run. Just run and don't look back.
If I see a blade singer, oh yeah, I'll run.
Okay. And he just wanted to give you the heads up. Otherwise, enjoy our town. And Guy goes, of course, thank you very much. And you guys start to walk down the path towards the tomb.
As we walk away, Okaat is trying really hard not to audibly laugh.
Right. She goes, yeah. Fun, huh?
Ooh, Gaya.
She casts silence. Just when people laugh.
Ooh, Gaya, look out for blade singers. Ooh.
Oh no, there they are.
Oh no, here I am.
And with that, we cut to Jorrix. And after you guys have done playing with the kids, and they're now all gathered around, and he goes, okay, so just so you know, we still do have literacy classes, and you hear the kids groan. And he goes, I know, nobody wants to go to school, but it's really important for you to learn. I won't be able to teach it for the next little bit because I'll be away for a while. So we have Burke that will be doing that for you. And one of the kids goes, he smells. And he goes, yeah, but does he smell as bad as... No, he does. But I also want you guys to get acquainted with Jorrix, because in case old Castile isn't able to get back to you as soon as he would like, I would hope that Jorrix would be able to do the things that I have done for you.
Jorrix, can you make learning fun?
Oh, does grumpy old Castile not make it fun?
He goes, yes, as you can tell, I am dead set against fun. It's my mortal enemy.
Well, you know what you have to say against that. You need to do battle.
With your mind and your skills that you develop if you go to class. He's like, yeah, I am kind of the boring one. But, kids say bye to Jorrix. Old Castile's got to do some talking with him. And they say bye to you. And
Bye.
And he goes, I do love kids.
I can tell you had that like a little look in your eye, a little gleam there.
Yeah. So, would you like to tell me what's been going on?
In regards to what? There's been so much.
I know, we have not had the time to catch up, and I would really like the chance to do that. I have a suspicion about you, and he kind of like leans in close, and he goes, that pendant, that's not just a sun, is it?
You're a smart one. You take your own lessons, don't you?
Yeah,
And with that, Jorrix like sort of leans in close to him too, and doesn't flip it over to the moon side, but like brings it away from his chest and shows him.
Yeah, so he can like see that it's a moon.
Yeah.
Just like flashing his badge.
Yeah. And he goes, okay. So I'm going to guess that you have a lot of unresolved questions about this.
Yeah.
Makes a lot of sense. Okay.
To say the least.
Let's go back to my place, and we'll talk in quiet there.
Okay.
And as you guys enter the temple of the risen sun, you see that the sacristy. You see like a bunch of desks set up, and you see Burke at the front, and you can see a bunch of tieflings that you can tell have escaped and like have found safe haven here. And he goes, and he points to a tiefling woman right next to, in the front of the class, so to speak. And he goes, do you know who that is?
Can't say I recognize her.
That is She came from the Von Ter Manor. She's the one that told me about what was going on there.
Oh, for that poor girl.
Yeah, they've done terrible things. And he looks at you, and he says, he's about to say something. He goes like, no, we'll save it. Let's go back into the rectory. And as you guys start to walk back to the rectory, you can see that mirror there. And Jorrix, you notice that the mirror is glowing. And Castile goes, well, that's an interesting little bit of business.
What does that mean?
And he immediately closes the door behind him, and the mirror kind of like explodes out into a shimmering, into like a beautiful sunset. And out through the mirror steps the prismatic queen. And he goes,
Whoa! Jorrix like sort of takes a step back and like bows a little bit.
and he goes like, yep, bow. Both of us should bow. And the two of you bow. And you see the prismatic queen like look at you, Jorrix, and she kind of looks at Castile, and she laughs. She goes, are you just being formal because he's here? And he goes, yeah, I didn't want him to feel awkward being the only one who bowed.
I'm sorry, I don't mean queens too often.
And she goes, it's okay. It's very charming that you're very nervous. I don't know what the two of you were going to talk about. And she kind of gives a sidelong glance, and she goes, but things have taken a bit of a turn, and I am going to need the both. I'm going to need Castile, and she looks at you, Jorrix, and I'm going to guess by extension I'm going to need you as well.
Happy to help.
It would be a very bad thing if you resisted this, she said. Nothing bad would happen to you, but it would be unfortunate for me.
Resisted what?
Oh, the help that I'm asking for.
Oh. Yeah, no, you're the queen. Of course.
Nothing bad would happen to you. I would just be very disappointed.
Yes, that's
And my
exactly.
disappointment is wrath in and of itself.
The worst!
Yeah, what was worse than like, I'm not angry, I'm just disappointed. Yeah.
Jorrix passes out.
And she goes, well, shall the three of us, shall we make haste?
I look to Castile.
Or haste we haste, he says. And she goes, okay. And the mirror opens back up, and she goes like, after you two, gentlemen.
So you just walk through I'm saying this, Castile. So you just walk through the mirror?
And Castile like kind of goes, yeah, there's a lot that you need to learn about the queen and all that. And he puts his hand on his back and he just like pushes you through the mirror. And you can hear the queen behind him go like, you just love doing that to people the first time they travel through mirrors, don't you? He's like, it's my sin. And he jumps in. Gustus Goldhammer, you've arrived in Constance, and you see the Red Knight's keep. And you see the guards there, and all the guards have a black half cape over their left shoulder.
I go up to one of them and show him the scroll.
And they go, hello, citizen.
Hello.
You have a scroll for me?
Yes, I was instructed to show it to the guards here.
Well, we are the guards here, so we are the ones that you should show.
That's why I'm showing you.
Absolutely it is. May I see it?
Yes.
And he takes it, and he goes...
How'd you do that so well?
And he goes, well, okay, so you know how you exhale?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really close.
Well, I wasn't trying to whistle, I was just exhaling.
You did an excellent job at exhaling.
Thank you.
Let no one tell you that you can't exhale with the best of them.
It was exhalant.
He goes, now, when you do that, just purse your lips together.
That didn't help. That's worse than when I do it.
What's yours? You know what? That sounds like whistling to me.
Oh, maybe it's like your own voice. It sounds different when you hear it yourself. But other people hear it fine.
Yeah, I think you are 100% right on that. Because, like, when I whistle, it sounds exactly like what you just did in my own head. But then it doesn't sound like that at all to you, right?
But you said mine was good.
Yeah,
So-
no, I thought...
But you said yours sounded good. So that if mine sounded good and it sounds like yours and I don't know where my brain is anymore.
And you hear
There
someone...
were too many thoughts all at once.
And then you hear a gruff voice go like, Elthana, are you playing grab ass with that dwarf? And he's like, whoop. You should go in there.
Okay.
Or you should go in there.
I get it.
Okay, as you go into the keep, you see, as you walk in, there's another pair of guards. And they're like, you've made the first check?
Yeah, otherwise you should fire your other guards.
Can I see your paperwork?
Yeah, here. Do you need like a new captain of the guard? I'm always up for promotions. I'm currently the sheriff of Bartle.
Oh, that backwater? Okay, nice. And he rolls it back up. He's like, from the queen herself, huh?
Yeah.
And he goes, can we get a sorcerer in here? And you see a sorcerer also wearing black. You're like, can you make sure this isn't a forgery? And he does detect magic. He's like, no, that's real as hell, man. Excuse me. That is very real and official. He goes, okay.
You think I would lie? I don't know what you think of Bartle, but we're not liars there. Maybe the capital is too front water full of liars.
And he goes, no, I guess I've never seen Bartle have someone have something like this on them. You know? So what would lead me to believe it? Like if it was from patience or...
Well, how often have you been to Bartle?
Oh, my brother died there.
Well, have you been there within like the last few months? The town's really on the upturn.
City on the move. Boop, 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 boop. He goes, no, we haven't been there since about 10 years ago.
Well, you should visit and gain some perceptions.
He goes, you know what? Maybe I will. Maybe I'll go to that little small town in there.
And then next time you're there, you'll be like, I see why this document was there.
Right, you guys are really close to the Withered Lands, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. And he puts it back to you.
What's nice about that?
And he goes,
I guess it's safe. Well, as long as you don't go in them, but no one's gonna attack you from them.
Well, there's a lot of raiders in there, you know.
Yeah, but they're not gonna leave their territory.
To go into your territory?
Yeah, it's more like if you don't go in the withered lands or you get withered. That's what my father used to say.
And he goes, but you do know that there's a bar called the Twisted Knot, which is just a hive of villainy, right? Of low levels.
Yeah, I've killed a bunch of bad guys there.
Huh. And he goes, well, maybe that's why you had it. Maybe there's some bad guys you need to kill here.
Yeah, I mean,
we
the
can
devil's there sometimes, and you just can't kill him. That's the rule.
He goes, I didn't know that was a rule, but it makes sense.
Well, it's like one of the rules that the nature god made.
The nature god?
Well, like the god that, like you know how the sun exists? Like one of those kind of rules.
Oh, yeah. That the world's flat.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Just the immutable laws of nature.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he goes, yeah, maybe.
They cannot be muted.
And he goes, okay, you're going to want to go through there. I'm going to tell you're going to have 4 more checkpoints. And then you're going to want to go up the stairs, make a right, make a left.
Okay. My right or your right?
Okay. And he turns...
Because it's different depending on...
And he goes, that's true. He goes, and he turns around, and then he extends his right arm. Right, left.
Okay, I got it.
Sweet. Okay. And so, Gus, as you go through that, as you go through those checkpoints, you go up the stairs, and you can tell that, like, you start to see guards from every nation now, and you can tell that there is they look rather severe and worried, right? And once again, you see Brunor there, and he goes, good to see you. I imagine that you are going to be in the room where it happens.
Is that the Brunor's the Blue Knight?
No, he's the guy. He's the very poorly spoken dwarf that told you about this.
Oh, okay.
Cloaky guy.
Yeah.
Cloaky guy's messenger.
Okay.
He goes, yeah, you were gonna want to go in there. We'll see how it goes. Good luck. Don't say anything.
Why not?
Don't. Okay, let me try. Say nothing about what happens in the next day to anybody not here.
Oh, okay.
Right? Don't not say nothing, because if they ask you a question, you should respond.
Okay.
Okay. Did I brief you well?
Yeah, who do I promise?
What?
Who do I promise? So, like, I can't say anything if I promise not to. Who do I promise?
Who do you like best? Burke?
Yeah, but Burke's not here.
Yeah. Promise me.
Okay. Lunor, I promise I won't tell anyone.
Perfect. Okay.
So you can't die now.
Just then. He gets stabbed, and Evangeline's like, "Oh, broken promise already," and then she runs away. He goes, "Well," and he motions to you, and he goes, "I will not die. I promise you that. I will eventually die, but not soon. Like in 3 months, probably."
Oh, why? Why in 3 months?
I'm 207 years old.
So you're a dwarf.
Yeah, but I'm also. You see how beat up I am.
Well, take care of yourself.
I will.
Better.
And keep your promise to me for at least 3 months.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
3 months, I can't tell anyone. I thought it was just a few days.
What happens here over the next few days, don't tell anybody about those events until I'm dead. You can talk to people who are in that room,
Okay.
but you can't talk to, like, the guy on the street.
What about Burke?
Ask Shalabin.
Okay.
And, he...
Is the promise whoever people in there say I can tell? But I'm just promising you anyone else that they don't say I can say it to.
Yes. Yeah, that's a good. That's very good to specify that.
This is a complicated but good promise.
The best ones always are.
And he goes, yes, the best ones always are, he says. And as you are ushered into the room, what you see...
Say hi to Thorin for me.
Say hi to whom?
Thorin.
Yeah, no, I definitely will say hi. I will.
Okay, good.
As the doors open, you can see the Red Knight on the bed, looking stricken, and you see the heads of state here. You see the Green Knight, Prismatic Knight. You see, actually, Elivar again, or Shalabin again, and you see the Blue Knight, and he looks to you and he kind of smiles. And
do we have weapons with us?
Because you have that signal, you do have a hammer on you.
Does the Blue Knight have his?
Yeah, he can't go anywhere without it.
I go to pound it.
And he very discreetly pounds it with you.
Clang.
Clang. And as you guys are looking over, you see a sudden burst of light coming from the mirror in the room. And as you guys kind of prepare yourselves, or the Blue Knight immediately faces it. And stepping through, you see Jorrix pop out. And Jorrix, you were confronted with the same scene. You see all the heads of state here.
Smother down my robe.
I wave silently, which isn't a common thing for Gus.
I just sort of look back behind me. Castile, why did you push me?
Live a little, he says. And he steps out, and then when the Prismatic Queen steps through, a super hush falls on the room, and she is there in front of all of you, and she goes, "Okay, what's the condition that we She looks at Shalabin, and she goes, "What's the condition that we have?" And Shalabin looks at her, and she goes, I can't figure out what this is. I've been looking through all of my books and all of my libraries, and I haven't been able to figure it out. I don't know. He was engulfed in blue flame, and then he's just been this way for a long time." And the Prismatic Queen nods slowly, and she looks at Castile and you, Jorrix, and she goes, "Okay, I'm going to need you to figure out what this is, and I think you know where to go. Castile." And Castile goes, "Swannian Library?" And she goes, "Mm-hmm. Okay." So,
when Jorrix hears Swannian Library, his eyes just get real big.
Yeah, but nobody can see it behind his glasses.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like a kid on Christmas.
Yeah.
And she nods her head and she goes, "Okay, I need you guys to get back to me as soon as possible because I'm just going to be here. In the meantime," and she looks at all of you gathered, and she looks at you, Gus, and she is kind of, she sees you and she goes, "Oh, yep, here's our representative from Castile."
Hold out my scroll.
And she goes, I wrote that.
Nice handwriting.
Thank you. I used to be a calligrapher in another life. Okay, I'm going to stay with Grimm. In the meantime, I feel like we have to guard against something wicked this way. So we're going to need a scrimmage between the knights. So, and she looks at it, she goes, "Okay, teams will be," and she looks at the Green Knight and the Prismatic Knight. She goes, "Prismatic, green, you're on one team. Purple, blue, you're on another. You'll have to pick your seconds." And immediately Blue goes, I pick this guy," and he holds out his hammer to you.
Yeah.
And he goes, "He's my second." And then Shalabin kind of goes "Well, damn it." And she goes, "I'll pick somebody." And the Prismatic King, or the Prismatic Knight, and the Green Knight go, we have our seconds." And she goes, "Okay, excellent. Let's keep sharp out there. Of course, you know the rules of this engagement is we're not trying to hurt each other seriously. We're just trying to disarm each other. And you know the rules." And the Green says, "Yeah, I won't have my normal partner." And she looks to the Red Knight. And
Partner had to go get struck with lightning.
And Gaya goes like, why are you doing that?
Oh, right, I'm not here. No.
And and Castile goes, are you ready, Jorrix?
Yes.
Excellent. And the Blue Knight goes, you ready, Gus?
What are we doing?
And he pulls out his giant shield. And he goes, you see this?
Yes.
Okay. So, they're going to try to disarm me. They can't disarm this because it'll just come back to my hand, right? You know about that. Pound it. He goes, so what they have to do is take off my shield. But I'm allowed 3 shields. So you are going to be sitting there watching the battle. And if I lose my shield, you toss me a shield. Right?
Okay, I just throw a shield.
At me.
Yes.
Yes, so that I can catch it. Don't try to wound me with it.
Well, no, you don't use shields for wounding. You use hammers for wounding.
Yep. Pound it.
Yeah.
And he goes, we'll talk with Shalabin about our plan. Well, let's go down. And he bows to the Prismatic Queen, as everybody does as they take their orders and go their separate ways. And then Castile's like, bow to her.
I bow.
There you go. And he goes, catch you later, Delavar. And she goes, see you. And he goes, can you open the portal to the... And she goes, oh yeah. And she opens the portal. He's like, he just pushes you through.
Yeah, I'm like looking back at the Prismatic Queen and like...
Still bowing.
Yeah. And he pushes me like, so I go upended.
Yeah.
Go backwards over the portal, start like somersaulting backwards.
Okay, we cut back to Okaat and Gaya, and she goes, "Oh no, Blade Singers!"
Run, Gaya, run! Sorry, I'll win.
Yep, there it is. And then she stops and she looks at the tomb, and you see it is ransacked. And she goes,
Shit.
well, yeah, they got the body. Okay,
That's bad.
yeah, that's real bad.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's investigate. They will always leave clues.
Right.
And she goes into the tomb with you, and you can see that it's very plain. And you know this from your years of living with Evangeline, is that she used to practice having dummy rooms. Like, there would be it would look regular, but then if you just found the right spot, it would reveal something.
Okay, so I probably know that there are like a handful of triggers or like clues that she typically uses.
Right.
Yeah.
Because what this looks like is an ignoble tomb, right? Mm-hmm. They don't want anybody to. It isn't really marked. It is just
Right.
they just buried their dead here, and there's no indication that he was who he was.
Right.
And she goes, "Okay, I can't see anything here. Do you have any experience with this?"
A bit. Yeah, give me a sec. I think I probably... And Okaat's like trailing off, distracted as she's looking around the room.
You can see, like, on the corner of the tomb where at the corner of where the stone enclosure was for him, you can see like a very, very subtle like trigger, or a very subtle like pull, something that you would pull with your finger.
Gotcha. I'm like, I'm gonna show you a magic trick.
Okay, I can do magic.
Right.
I don't want to harsh your mellow. To show me a magic trick.
Abracadabra. And I pull the trigger.
And as you do, like, the tomb lowers and it creates stairs down. She goes,
Eh?
that was pretty impressive.
Eh?
You like roll up your sleeves.
I'm Owen. I can do magic.
And she goes, I'll go first. Let's see what she has here.
Check for traps.
Okay.
I am a rogue.
You can see that it doesn't look like there is any traps here.
Okay, cool. Then I let her go first.
As they descend the stairs, she goes, is there anything that you want to know from me regarding Evangeline or your history or her history prior to knowing you?
Oh God, like all of it? I don't know. I mean, she's told me a lot about you, but I have a feeling it's not accurate.
You know, we used to be thick as thieves.
Oh, okay, well, that part's accurate.
Yeah.
But I'm guessing you didn't, like, turn all evil and abandon your people or whatever.
No, I was one of the only people that didn't drink the Dolphin Springs.
Oh, that explains it.
And as you guys go down, as you descend, like, you can start to see, like, there are paintings of blade singers on the walls.
Any familiar faces?
Yeah, there's definitely Evangeline, there's definitely Raz, there's definitely Anelian, and there is Alanoir. And you see where Gaya should be, you see a giant X through it. She goes, well, that's subtle.
She has a way, doesn't she?
It's very petty sometimes.
By the way, I would like to point out that as we started going down, I would have closed the door behind us, so if anyone else comes in, they wouldn't know.
Yeah, that makes total sense.
Okay.
And she goes, well, she hasn't let it go. Okay.
The Dolphin thing? Or...
The blade singing, she still wants to bring it all back, doesn't she?
I guess so, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I assume she taught me for a reason.
Yeah, you're a living legacy.
Cool, great, good, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Nobody asked if I just wanted to be a baker. Living legacy, that's cool.
Would you want to be a baker?
Not really.
Yeah.
Not enough stabbing.
You could be a butcher. But those are dead things.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of less fun.
I've stabbed a dead thing before. It wasn't very effective. There was a fight in the Archdiocese, and I thought he was still alive, but
Oh,
he was definitely dead.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like you.
It's a lot easier to stab a dead guy.
Yeah, and it was conclusive.
True. Yeah, he was absolutely dead when I was done with him.
And she kind of like looks at this large like tapestry with all of the blade singers in one group. She goes, that's a lot of magic coming off of that thing.
Is there anyone giving someone bunny ears? Because, like, that would be great. All right, now a silly one.
And she goes, okay, so she got here. So she could have gone back out there with a dead body, but that doesn't seem like her style.
No. There's got to be a second way out, right?
And she kind of looks around, and she takes the portrait of Evangeline off the wall, and she just frisbees it at the mural, and it just goes through. She's like,
Nice.
okay, well, let's see where that leads, huh?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
do you want to check for traps?
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of magic coming off of it. I know what she does with that shit. Another 15.
This one doesn't seem to have any magic on it. Or it doesn't seem to have any magic traps on it.
Okay. The magic is just...
A portal.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And
Cool.
looks good?
Yeah. I don't think it's going to kill us. Probably.
Well, think is enough for me.
That's the best I can do.
And she goes in. You both go in, and what you see in front of you as you guys exit is you see the hall of great weapons.
Oh, in the museum?
Yeah.
Son of a dick.
And she goes, "Are we actually in the?" And you guys are in the museum. She goes, "Son of a dick."
Son of a dick.